Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Dan back again. Here we go with the ums. I'm just kidding. Thanks for the kind words, everybody. I mentioned I had a video I was working on with too many ums in it, and a lot of you in the comments were like, "Oh, that's fine. It's cool. You'll get better. Just post it." You know, that kind of thing. So anyway, again, another unexpected video because I got a poster from the House of Mysterious Secrets that I was, let's get that logo again, that I was expecting because in the previous video I mentioned that it was not available. So the cool thing is now I have two of these bags for my posters, and I think you'll be interested to see what it is. Now I kept two posters back in the previous video because I said I was going to use them in future videos, so I decided to show this one for Messiah of Evil and actually ask you a few questions about the film and have a little discussion about it. Let's do that after we take a look at the poster that was outstanding. It is, check that out. How cool is that? The Thing poster in Japanese. I love it. Great. I'm sorry, I'm a little shaky here. Great cast line up there. Got everybody. Windows and Norris, Vance, Childs. Great poster. Great creature in the middle there. Kurt Russell with the flamethrower. T.K. Carter behind him. I'll let, if you like to translate that. I'll be interested to see what this says, actually, because it ends with X. So I wonder if you translated that, what would the title be? But anyway, this now completes my collection of Thing posters. So that should make quite a backdrop once I clean out my little man cave there to record videos in. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't know about you. So anyway, so that's the Thing. And I actually, speaking of Thing, I finally finished Short Things. A collection of tales inspired by Who Goes There, which is, of course, the novel that inspired the Thing. Some really good stories, especially towards the end there. There's a few great ones at the end of that. Overall, they're all good. There's a few that were a little perplexing to me. But overall, wow, really interesting concept. Maybe we'll get to that later. I have some books I'd like to review. I'd like to try to get like one book review a month, at least, eventually, when I get going. But anyway, Messiah of Evil. Okay. Now, last time I also showed this copy of Drive-In Asylum I got from Bill at the Groovy Doom website / Facebook page / YouTube channel. And a few months ago, I actually ordered this one, this back issue here, because of the interviews with Anitra Ford and Mariana Hill from Messiah of Evil. I haven't read it yet, only because I wanted to formulate some thoughts about the film first and sort of throw some questions out there. It's interesting because I know that it has come up a few times. I know on 13 Originals channel, they had a watch along, and I watched the beginning of it up until they were about to watch the movie, and Ethel was sharing some facts about it. And then I watched, also they had on their Saturday night Facebook watch along on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. They did the same thing, shared a lot of facts about it. A lot of people were asking questions about it in the comments, and Bill is very knowledgeable about the film, and he's actually on the Groovy Doom website. There's a trailer for it. I meant to say Groovy Doom YouTube channel. Here it is with my comment. So my question is this: have you seen the film? What do you think of it? Because I was kind of blown away when I watched it. It's on YouTube. Just out of the blue one day, I said, "What is this, Messiah of Evil?" So I started watching it. I'm like, wow, this is really kind of interesting. Is it a student film? And then after a while, Elijah Cook shows up You guys know him from House on Haunted Hill and of course now I can't think of it. Yes, he was in Salem's Lot. That's what I was trying to think of. And as it went on, I was just so impressed with it. I said, no, this isn't a student film or anything. It kind of seems like it didn't have the biggest budget in the world, but it was really interesting. Certainly interesting to look at, and I was just kind of blown away by it. And other people in videos that I've seen have described it as a gem, and that's kind of how I thought of it. It's really got some striking visuals and some striking looking cast members, to be quite honest. And not that I was familiar with any of them other than Elijah Cook when I saw the film, although the name Royal Dano, I know that name. He goes way, way back. At any rate, question number one. Let me just get right to it. Have you seen the film? Had you heard of it before you saw it? What do you think of it? What does it mean to you? Is it just a little oddity? Do you really think it's like a special film? Had you heard any buzz about it before you watched it? And the reason I ask is because, like I said, I just stumbled on it, had no idea what it was, and just started watching it. And really can't stop thinking about it. I mean, it was that good and that interesting. And I wanted to juxtapose it with another film, and that film is Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which is a fine film. And the difference between the two is, number one, I remember Let's Scare Jessica to Death being on TV when I was a kid. It seemed like it was always on at late at night, so I had never seen it. Not that I didn't stay up late occasionally, but it seemed like it was in a slot for scarier films than the films that they would show in the afternoon or early evenings. Even though, as I've mentioned before, I saw Tourist Trap on a Saturday afternoon by myself in my room, and it like scared the you-know-what out of me. So I'm still amazed that was on in the afternoon. At any rate, and the other thing about Let's Scare Jessica to Death, when I started watching YouTube videos about horror movies, they were mostly like sort of the top 10 list kind of videos. This is before I discovered this fantastic group of smaller channels and medium-sized channels that I've interacted with. They would have videos about like 10 hidden horror gems, 10 underseen, 5 underseen horror movies, 8 horror movies you've never heard of. A lot of times I would have heard of like almost all of them, if not all of them, or had seen all of them, because I love horror movies. But Let's Scare Jessica to Death would often be on those lists. So I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years ago, I said, you know what, I'm going to watch it. So I got it, watched it, I enjoyed it, but I was kind of mildly disappointed, to be honest, because I said, mostly because of reasons that were unfair, because I had heard about it for so long. Other people seem to appreciate it so much. I pretty much guarantee you, if I rewatch it, which I will do, I'm probably going to like it and appreciate it better the second time. And I'm just saying that to juxtapose it with my experience watching Messiah of Evil, which I knew nothing about and I enjoyed so much. So my question is this. Had you heard of Messiah of Evil before you watched it? Was it recommended to you? Do you remember it being in the theater when you were younger? Was it on TV? What did you think of it? What place does it have for you in your sort of horror movie lineup? I don't know how to describe it. Is it just like a quirky little gem? Could it even be one of the better horror films of the 70s? I think maybe it could be. When I was watching the top 10 horror movies of the 70s on the Night Watch channel, I agreed with a lot of them. Certainly, Exorcist, Jaws, a lot of them. Some of them I don't think have held up, and 2 that haven't really held up for me would be the Amityville Horror and the Omen. So could Messiah of Evil even sneak up onto the top 10 list? I don't know. I guess it's all a matter of opinion anyway. But what do you guys think? That's my first question. And maybe that's my main question. Okay. Please leave a comment, and then remember to watch that trailer on the Groovy Doom website after you've seen the film. It's an excellent fan-made trailer. And by the way, these are on Etsy, on the Groovy Doom page, and they're like $5 each. So I usually round up to $7, and the change goes to I forget the name of the charity, but that's usually what I do. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.